Hello and welcome to your mat. I'd like to start this practice today with the intention of gratitude and gratitude in abundance for what we have, and gratitude leading into attracting more abundance for what we desire. There is a mindset that we can get stuck in when we want things, when we want what we want to attract in our lives. And if we get stuck in the wanting or what we don't have and the lack of our situation, that can kind of get us into a negative mindset. So creating the energetic quality of class with just gratitude for what we have, for everything, just what is going right in our life, what can we find that we can be grateful for, and just having great appreciation for that and being aligned with that mindset, the gratitude of what we have, and that will allow doors to open so we can receive more. That is the idea of attraction. So that is the intention for class. And I have a quote from a really good little book called The Alchemist. And the quote is, "When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it." And I just love that quote. Again, it aligns with that mindset of when we desire, when we have heartfelt desire, the universe will help attract those things when our mindset is in the right place. And when we're stuck in a mindset of like, I want this, I don't have this, I want more, that can attract the wrong things or have us just in the wrong mental alignment. So again, that quote, "When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it." All right, so we're gonna start with just taking a comfortable seat. Let's place the opposite leg in front just to create some new pathways in the brain, new signals in the brain. We're gonna try some new things and be open to that, open to receiving that new mindset, new ideas. So in our comfortable seat, let's go ahead and just find ourselves in Sukhasana or any comfortable seat that serves you. Let's place our palms facing up for receiving, for receptiveness. And just tap into your senses. Feel your mat, the earth below your sit bones. Feel grounded. Maybe feel the air in the room, a gentle breeze from a fan or the heater. I know here in Wisconsin, I have my heat on, it's getting chilly. So just maybe feel on your skin, movement of air. Hear any sounds in the room. I can hear my cats in the background. Just be aware of your senses and any sounds that you might hear. Faint, distant sounds. Take a deep breath in through the nostrils. And exhale. And be aware of any smells that you might smell, any candles or food smells or anything in your home. Take a deep breath in through the nostrils and be aware of the sense of smell, what's in your surroundings. Go ahead and move your tongue around in your mouth a few times to see if you taste anything, any residual flavors from a meal or beverage or gum or brushing your teeth. Just any sense of taste. Inviting all the senses to be aware. Now gently open your eyes and look around the room. I see kitties on the couch. Sun beaming in the room. Just be aware of the sense of sight and bring that back into your awareness, looking around. Just really being aware of this moment, this present moment. Wonderful. We're going to start with a pranayama technique called Kapalabhati, breath of fire, or skull shining breath. And it is a very forceful breath. So let's actually place our hands at the middle of our abdomens, around the belly button, around the solar plexus, the solar chakra, this fire, this heat, this activation area. This is our go power, motivation, solar chakra area, where our digestive juices are happening, our fire. So a lot of activity in this center, this part of our bodies. And so really activating this is cleansing. It gets rid of stagnant energy, negative kind of energy, and clears the mind and opens up for gratitude and abundance. So just kind of clearing this breath and this energy, things that might be stuck. So placing our hands on our solar chakra centers here, and it's as if you're blowing out of the nostrils to get a little piece of fuzz or a little gnat away from your nose. And so it's a forceful exhalation out of the nostrils, like. So good time to use a tissue and blow your nose before we do this if you need to. Just making sure the sinuses are clear. So we'll take a round of this and then pause and take normal breath and take another round. So we're gonna take rhythmic breathing with this Kapalabhati. So, and if it doesn't feel good, doesn't serve you, just release it and take a seat and breathe normally. It can feel a little intense. I know for me, sometimes it feels intense, and it is just a very activating breath. It's a very forceful, activating breath. So we're gonna take our hands on our belly and take a deep breath in and breathe all of that air out and normal breath, and we will start our breath of fire. And you can feel the belly retract and the abdomens constrict when we do this breath. And release and take normal, smooth breaths. Just feel how that really gets the energy moving. I feel this, call it skull shining breath as well. I definitely feel it, the breath activating this upper crown area as well. So we're gonna take another round. Again, you can feel the abdomen crunch in as you forcefully exhale. And so there is that contraction in the abdominals. And so we'll start our round. Let's take a deep breath in first. And exhale. And inhale and start Kapalabhati. And release and breathe at a normal pace once again. Wonderful. So releasing that, we're going to take a strap, and you can also take a towel or a t-shirt or anything that you can hold on to. And let's switch our legs. So Sukhasana, let's bring the opposite leg in front, just to switch that up, inviting new messages to the brain. So we're going to take our strap and release the neck and shoulders a little bit. So let's take our strap up And maybe see if you need to widen it a little bit. We want to be able to move the arms all the way back. And so finding where you feel a nice stretch, but not pinchy pain or anything. So play with that a couple times and see where you can go, because if it's too narrow, the shoulders are gonna start to crunch and you gotta kind of wiggle them back, and that is just too much. So let's find our comfortable depth here where we can feel a nice stretch, but move the arms forward and back. And then we're gonna sync our breath with this. So inhale, lift. Exhale, draw the arms back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw the arms forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw the arms back. And go ahead and flow with this a few times at your own breath cycle. So inhale, lifting. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift. And exhale, back. And move a couple times at your own pace. And go ahead and release the strap and shake out the arms a little bit. Let's start with our hands on our knees once again, palms facing up, and bring the right ear to the shoulder, and maybe move your chin forward and back a little bit. Let's take our right hand to our left ear, so bringing this right arm up and over and just gently laying the palm of the hand on the ear or maybe the cheek area, wherever it feels comfortable. And we're gonna just gently pull. Let's take our left fingertips and tent our fingertips next to us. And you can play with where you want that arm to be, where it feels, you can feel a little bit of tightness in the neck. And again, maybe nod the head forward and back, chin up and down a little bit. Just find a little bit of movement where you can feel a release. Maybe tucking the chin in. Just listen to your body. What feels like a good tension, tightness release? And what doesn't feel right? And listen to that and move accordingly. And gently release. We're going to take it to the other side. So let's tent our fingertips, right fingertips out. Left arm sweeps over and tucking this left ear towards the left shoulder. And then grabbing the right ear with the left hand. And again, just finding a little movement. Maybe the chin goes forward and up. Maybe a little back and forth. And just listen to your body. Where do you feel a nice tension release? And play with that. And maybe set your own intention of pondering, what can you be grateful for? Where can we live in the abundance? What areas of our life can we celebrate? And if you can't think of anything, maybe just taking this time to do this practice, and maybe just breathing. That is just being present, something to be grateful for as well. Let's release that. tuck our chin. Let's gently roll our head to the right, and then chin up, rolling the head back. Roll the head to the left, and then tuck the chin. Take it to the opposite direction. So roll the ear to the left, chin up. Ear to the right shoulder, and then chin down. And release that. Oh, that feels good. All right. We're going to take our straps or towel or sock or anything that you can use, like a strap, or if you have a strap, that's awesome as well. We're gonna turn around, or I'm gonna turn around, and just to show you what we're gonna do with the strap. So take the strap in the right hand, right arm up, and take the elbow and try to move it a little bit behind the head, behind the ear. So right bicep behind the ear, if that feels okay. This can be out, but working towards having this arm back behind the ear, bicep behind the ear, behind the head. And then taking the left hand out to the side and reaching back behind and grabbing the strap. I think I grabbed the wrong end. There we go. So grabbing the strap and working the hands towards each other to release the tightness in the shoulders, the scapula. And if you can grab your hands, that's great. If not, I cannot. So the strap is what comes in handy, or what comes handy. So working those fingertips towards each other, wiggling the hands a little closer, in between the shoulder blades, in between the scapula. And sitting here and taking a few deep breaths. And making sure there is elongation in the spine. So we're not crunching forward or too much back. Just a nice straight spine, lifting through the crown of the head, lifting the head up towards the ceiling. And maybe wiggling those fingers a little closer. We kind of start to find our depth and get used to that depth. So once we find our depth, maybe moving to that next level. And breathe. And gently releasing the strap or sock or towel, whatever you have, and just shake out the arms a little bit. And we're gonna take it to the other side. So left hand has whatever strap, right, whatever you're using, and take the elbow and just shift it behind the ear, behind the head, and having a nice straight spine, crown of the head lifting, using the head to open up through the shoulder a little bit, if that feels okay. This can be out, and that's okay, and working towards getting that elbow behind the head. And this side is so much tighter, so that's always interesting. And working the hands a little bit closer towards each other. And I like to think of the muscles as layers, like layers of an onion. So when we peel back one layer and open up some, release some tightness, maybe we can get to that next layer. So as we sit here for a few breaths, maybe we lose some sensation, maybe we lose some of that tight feeling, and we can wiggle the fingers a little bit closer towards each other and shimmy the hands closer and lift through the crown of the head and breathe. And gently releasing, and just shake out the arms. Let's roll the shoulders. Let's go ahead and take a little tension release. So let's squeeze the shoulders to the ears make tight fists with our hands. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, sigh it out. Release the shoulders, open the hands. Let's do that one more time. So creating a lot of tension and tightness in the shoulders and the fists and the arms. Shoulders up to ears. Take a deep breath in. And I invite you to sigh it out on your exhale if that feels right. And release. Awesome. That feels good. Awesome. All right, so go ahead and take a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like to you. We're gonna take our arms to cactus arms and really open up through the front body here. So we have, you know, our everyday culture of phones and devices and tablets and computers. We are shoulders moving forward and we're hunching over. Call it turtling, like we have a turtle shell. So we're gonna open up our shoulders, scapula moving back. So pushing the arms up a little bit. So lifting the elbows up and push the elbows back and really open up through the heart space, the front body. And take a deep breath in. And exhale, have the arms come together. This can just be hands coming together, or maybe elbows meet all the way, and tuck the elbows in and crunch down. So moving the spine a little bit here. This has a cat-cow motion with the spine. Now we're crunching in, elbows to the belly button, to the core, that solar chakra, that fiery center, and squeezing and crunching. And inhale, open, lift the head up, look up, slight back bend, lifting the elbows, pushing them back. And now we're gonna move with our breath. So exhale, crunch, elbows, forearms together. Inhale, lift and open, look up to the sky. And move with your breath. So exhale, bring it in and crunch. Inhale, open and lift. One more round. Make it your deepest breath in, full lungs. And exhale, crunch it in. Exhale all the oxygen out of the lungs. And release. Awesome. All right. I'm gonna move into stacking our legs. So left leg on the earth, right leg stacked on top. So this is shins are stacked, fire log legs. You can also just take comfortable seat, Sukhasana here, if that feels okay, or stack the legs. And tent the fingertips in front of you like little spiders and crawl them ever so slightly forward. This can be enough. We can just be upright and a tiny little bit forward, just a centimeter, whatever feels like a good, comfortable depth. Want to probably feel a release in the right hip with this right leg stacked on top. And then find your comfortable depth, again, like peeling that onion, maybe a few breaths at one position. Just letting those muscles and tissues slowly release. Just a slow invitation, not a forced, too much depth at once. Just a slow playing with depth, a slow kind of invitation to see where your body wants to go, needs to go. And listening to that, being a witness to that message and playing with that, playing with the edge of release We want to feel sensation, but not pain. So maybe the body is acclimating to that depth, and so you can go a little deeper and take a few more breaths in whatever comfortable depth you find in your body. And gently come out of that. We're going to take it to the other side. So right shin is on the earth, and this can just be in Sukhasana, comfortable seat, folding forward, or stack the shins. So they're stacked opposite, ankle over knee, knee over ankle, fire log legs. And finding our comfortable position here, we're gonna hinge from the hips, so start to pivot forward from the hips. And again, this can just be a centimeter here. I'm not even reaching my fingertips down to the earth yet, letting my body communicate with me and say like, hey, that's a little tight. Let's ease into this. And so listening to that internal dialogue and those messages from your body. And maybe peeling back one layer of that onion and exposing a new layer of depth as we settle into this. Fold over our fire log legs and breathe. Maybe revisit any gratitudes you can find in your life in this moment. Gently fold to your comfortable depth, playing with that edge, dancing around what your edge is, sensation, where you feel tightness release, but not pain. And take a couple smooth breaths in your comfortable depth. And gently start to walk up, releasing out of that. Let's go ahead and take the feet wide, so a little wider than the mat, and arms behind us, and drop the right knee in, left knee out, just to counter that pose. Get rotation in the opposite direction in our legs. So internal rotation and opposite side, so left knee in, right knee out. Excellent. And moving into wide-legged pose here. So this can be pretty narrow, pretty subtle. So we can start out pretty narrow here. And then again, like peeling the onion, let's see where can we go. So I like to take one hand in front of me. First, I like to start by widening my feet to where I feel sensation, but not pain. So I want to feel, and also pointing our toes up. So make sure the toes are pointing up so that we are engaging the leg muscles and we're not just collapsing in our knees or hips. I'm going to make sure our leg muscles are engaged, toes are pointing up, and then start to move the heels out. And then I like to take a hand in front and a hand behind me and then scoot the hips forward just a little bit more. That's an easier way to find depth than trying to move the heels out even further. So you can take and lift the hips forward a little bit. So we're going to start here. We're going to take our little spider fingers and tent our fingers and maybe crawl. Again, nice long spine here, crown of the head lifting, and toes are pointed up. And then just starting to hinge from the hips here. So not scrunching forward to find depth, because that's not doing anything here. So we're going to keep the spine nice and long and straight, and then start to fold forward any degree where you feel a tension release. So this could just be, again, a centimeter, or maybe sit one level for a couple of breaths. And then maybe walking the hands forward just a little bit more. Slowly, intentionally, listening to the body, listening to the messages. Breathing. And this is another good place for a block too. You can take a block and maybe rest the arms on a block, bringing the earth up to you. And then maybe forearms go to a block. And then as we find a little more depth, just find your depth. So you want to feel sensation, but not pain. Dance around that edge. Listen to the messages from your body. And again, pointing the toes up. And breathe. And slowly start to push yourself back upright. We're going to take our left hand, slide it towards the right thigh, and sweep the right arm up and over towards the left toes. So we have this S kind of shape with our arms, moving in opposite directions. And the elbow can come inside the left thigh, or maybe just resting on the left quadricep, the left leg, or start to slide that arm forward and deepen. Maybe take your gaze slightly up towards the ceiling or past the right bicep. Opening up through the right side body. So feeling a nice side body stretch, nice lateral stretch here. Feeling the expansion of the right ribs, breathing into this part of our lung. And breathe. And making sure we're not collapsing forward or back, keeping the arm in alignment with the torso and the leg. And breathe. And switching sides. So right arm places gently on the mat, palm facing up, sliding towards the left thigh, and left arm sweeps up and over, moving those arms in opposite direction. And again, maybe finding a layer of depth here. I know my arm can be tight here, so just playing with that. And breathing. And slowly coming out of that. Let's take our legs forward in Dandasana. And they can be a little stuck here. So let's just shake them out. Just give your legs a little shake. Awesome. All right, moving into tabletop. And let's walk the hands forward a couple inches, curl the toes under, and lift the hips up for downward facing dog. And just play here. You can bend your right leg, left knee, lift the heels, stretch the feet. And just find a little bit of movement in your down dog. And then settling into down dog, pushing through the palms of the hands.
And take the right leg high. And bend the right knee, lift the knee up towards the ceiling. And level off the hips once again, three-legged dog. And now crunching that knee, right knee towards the right elbow, and gently placing that leg, that shin down on the earth. And I like to just move my shin up a little higher. So in this pigeon pose, the more narrow the leg is towards the center is a little bit more accessible, less tight on the hips. And the more the shin is towards the top of the mat, that is going to be a deeper stretch for the hips. So play with that. You can even take a block, place it under the right sit bone here for support. Or you can take figure four. So that would be laying down, placing the right ankle on the left knee, and then feeding the hands behind the left leg, interlacing the fingers and pulling the leg in. So you can take figure four or pigeon. And again, we're gonna work slow. So we're gonna start upright and just listen to the messages in our body, the sensations we feel. I am grateful to hear these messages and acknowledge them, be aware, and listen. It's good information, good stuff to work with. So starting upright and then maybe taking a block, you can place forearms to a block, or maybe placing forearms down to the earth. I like to take a block and place my forehead on a block. And just settling into your comfortable depth in pigeon pose. Try to hold on to no tension, no tightness. Just let go of any holding. And breathe. And gently start to push yourself upright once again. Plant your hands on the mat. I like to curl my back left toes under and scoop my knee forward a little bit because we do tend to sink into that pose. And now step the right leg back into downward facing dog once again. And now lift the left leg high. Now bend the left knee, lift that left knee up towards the ceiling. Level off the hips once again, three-legged dog. And I'll crunch the left knee towards the left elbow and gently place that shin down towards the earth, or take your figure four pose here. So again, I like to walk my foot up, shin up towards the top of the mat a little bit more, and see if you can lift that leg and slide it back a little bit, just finding a little more depth. We're gonna start upright here, just listening to the hips, listening to where we feel tightness and tension in the body, where can we invite a release. And then slowly working down towards your comfortable depth. And just take some time to soften, release, breathe. Scan your body and see if you're holding on to any little muscles or any areas of the body that are gripping or holding. And just see if you can soften and let go of any tension, any tightness. Then slowly pushing upright and stepping that left foot back into downward facing dog. And dropping down to the knees, or you can go through plank and chaturanga and slowly reclining down, prone pose on the stomach. And I have to scoot over here. So extending the arms out and stretching the chin forward. And this you can play with different depths with the arms, so that when the arm is out to a T like this, it is going to open the shoulder a little more, versus a little more narrow is going to probably be less of a deep stretch. So just kind of play with that. Maybe start more narrow and then flip. And if you don't feel a lot of sensation there, maybe stretch the arm out to a T. We're gonna plant our left fingertips on the mat on the other side for stability. And roll onto the right hip, kicking the left leg back. Planting this left foot on the earth and using the left hand on the earth to press. You can rest your right ear on the mat. And again, play with this arm, maybe move it up or down a little bit. This is a very dynamic pose. Got a spinal twist, shoulder release, a little hip flexor opening here. There's a lot going on. And breathe. And slowly roll back onto prone your stomach and stretch the left arm out long and tent the right fingertips onto the earth and roll onto the left hip and kick this right leg back, planting the foot on the earth, resting the left ear and moving this left arm maybe up a little more for more depth. And this leg can be down, or if you lift the right knee up, you're going to have a little bit more of a spinal twist. And I definitely feel this in my hip flexor a little bit. And you can use this right hand to press into the earth to find more of a twist, if that feels right. Again, invitation to listen to your body and play with your edge, where you feel sensation, tightness, release. And breathe. Wonderful. And roll back onto the stomach. And we're gonna just gently start to walk up and stand up in a forward fold. And your legs can be bent here. You can grab opposite elbows and hang in forward fold, head below heart, calming the nervous system. And release the hands and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Ragdoll, let the head lift last. Into Tadasana, into standing posture. And we're going to start here with just a sweeping exercise to just kind of rid of any kind of stagnant energy. So start with the head, just start to sweep from the hairline back
and down the neck. Start to sweep all of the energy, whatever doesn't serve you. Sweep with your fingertips anything that doesn't serve you. Any limiting beliefs, any thoughts that are holding you back. Start to sweep the arms, sweep that energy down the arms. Expel it, get rid of it. Sweep the energy down the other arm. Also good for the lymphatic system. And expel that. And start to sweep down the abdomen, the sides, the back, the glutes, the quadriceps, the legs, behind the hamstrings. Sweep all of it down to the earth. Ground it into the earth. Get rid of anything that doesn't serve you. I release all that no longer serves me and welcome joy and abundance. Sweep it down, sweep it off the feet. And rid. Now we're going to start tapping. So tap the feet and repeat any gratitude. Start tapping the leg muscles, the calves. Repeat, you are a powerful creator of your life, attracting joy, abundance. You are worthy of receiving. And keep tapping all the way up on the hips. All the way up into the ribs and the belly. And the chest. And the arms. And the other arm. And gently tap the temples, the sides of your head. Release one hand, whatever feels right, and tap the center of your forehead, your third eye. And start to tap the very top of your head, your crown chakra. Bringing fresh energy, fresh mindset, fresh messages into the brain. Inhale, reach the hands up, deep breath in. And exhale, arms to the side. Awesome. All right. What time do we have? Okay. I'm going to take the legs wide, feet out, about a 30-degree angle, and bend the knees, open up the knees here, drop the hips down into goddess pose. Taking the arms 90 degrees for cactus arms here in goddess. We're going to take a flow, just holding here, and straightening the legs, straightening the arms, reaching the arms up, deep breath in. Exhale, sink back into goddess. Inhale, stretch and reach, take up space, feel expansive, feel open. Reach the fingertips and exhale, goddess. And go ahead and flow with your breath. So inhale, reach and stretch. And exhale, drop down to goddess. Inhale, stretch and reach. And exhale, goddess. Go ahead and move a couple times at your own breath cycle. And on your next exhale, drop the hands down to the knees. And we're going to take our right shoulder and dip it towards the center and look past the left shoulder. So a little spinal twist here and shoulder twist. And back to center, take it to the opposite side. So left shoulder towards the center, right shoulder, taking your gaze past the right shoulder. And back to center. Let's feel the legs, building a little heat here. Take the left palm inside the left knee, and you can slide the hand down and raise the right arm up. You can also take the elbow to the knee or hover this arm inside the left shin, reaching the right arm up, and breathe. Maybe dropping this right shoulder blade down a little bit, opening up through the shoulder and the front body. And arms back up. Straighten the legs, take a deep breath in, and exhale back down to goddess. Take the right arm inside, so on the opposite side, and either place the elbow here or drop this arm down inside the right shin. Reach the left arm up and breathe. And inhale, straighten the legs, reach the arms. Exhale, either toe heel the feet in or hop the legs back together. Excellent. Let's go ahead and just shake it out. Shake the arms, shake the legs. Shake it out. Now let's set up for reclining, sitting back down on the mat. And setting up for legs up the wall. If you can go against the wall, putting your legs up the wall. I'm gonna do legs up the couch. You can also take and use blocks and a bolster. Let me do this actually. I'm gonna take my bolster. You can take blocks here, or you can just set your legs up on the couch or the chair, whatever you have around you. Or I'm gonna take 2 blocks here. And a bolster on top of these 2 blocks. And setting up for legs up the wall. Or legs up the bolster, or legs up the couch. And scooting the hips close to the bolster, close to the chair, the wall, and then swinging the legs around. And laying all the way back. And letting all of that activity settle into the body. All of that sweeping, cleansing, twisting, tapping, clearing of energy, and inputting of new, fresh energy and ideas, gratitude, abundance. Just letting all of that settle. Let your legs feel soft and heavy. Your sit bones resting on your mat. Your arms draped to your side. Just feel effortless and soft and heavy. Your head is just gently resting on the earth, on your mat. Let your jaw be soft. Hold on to no tightness, no tension in the jaw. Let your eyes gently close. Let your entire body have ease. See if you need to wiggle out any body parts, adjust any articles of clothing or anything to make yourself as comfortable as you possibly can be. And rest in Shavasana for a few more minutes. I'll be here to assist you out of Shavasana, so take this time to rest. And any thoughts that arise, you can acknowledge those thoughts. And then picture your thoughts like an autumn leaf that falls into a river and slowly drifts away down the river. Just try not to hold on to anything in this moment. Any thoughts, any tension, any tightness. Let it all drift away. And gently start to bring a little bit of light movement into the body. If your legs are up the wall, maybe just wiggling the toes a little bit. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists and the ankles. You can keep your eyes soft and heavy or closed, whatever feels right. Maybe move the jaw. And gently curl over to either side and rest on your side. Place your head on your arm like a pillow and take a breath here. Letting the blood settle back to the legs, throughout the body. Gently pushing yourself upright into a seated position. Move any props to the side. And we're going to end class with a hand mudra. So this hand mudra helps create abundance. And first we're going to start with putting all the fingers into the palms. So having a nice grip of the fingers into the palms, And then release the middle finger and the pointer fingers. And then the thumb rests in between those fingers. So you can see the pointer finger and middle finger, and then have those go together. And then the thumb rests in between the creases of those two fingers, with the pinky and the ring finger still pressing into the palms. So we're going to take this hand mudra, which helps with, again, hand mudras amplify any intention. So with the intention of abundance and gratitude, just living in that space of feeling full and worthy and having what we need and having our heartfelt desires fulfilled, living in that space. We're going to take full breaths. We're going to take a breath into the belly first. So breathing into the belly and then breathing into the side center part of the chest. And then all the way up in the upper part of the lungs, upper chest. So a 3-part breath with this hand mudra, and slowly exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe into the lower lungs, into the stomach. Feel the belly rise. Breathe into the middle part of the lungs, the ribs rise. And I'll breathe into the upper chest, heart space, upper lung fills with fresh oxygen. This 3-part breath, feeling each part of the lung fill up with fresh oxygen. And then slowly exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe into the belly. Pause. Breathe into the ribs. Pause. Breathe into the upper chest. And maybe take an extra sip of air and pause and slowly exhale. Maybe you can stretch it out to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go ahead and take this at your own pace with our hand mudra up on our knees, taking this 3-part breath, expanding through the belly, the ribs, upper chest, and slowly exhaling on the slowest exhale you can. We'll take a few rounds at our own cycle, our own breath pace. And release that 3-part breath, that full, expansive lung breath. Go ahead and release that and let your breath come smoothly and naturally once again. I will end practice with chanting Om 3 times. And you can just listen, or if you want to join, whatever feels right. In comfortable seat Sukhasana with our hand mudra for abundance. I'll prompt a deep breath in, and on the exhale chant Om. And we'll take 3 rounds of Om. Deep breath in. Om. Deep breath in. One last fullest deep breath in. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.